Hello? Hello? Siddhartha, are you able to hear me?
Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Hello.
I'm able to hear you. Are you able to hear me? Siddharth?
I can't hear you.
Um, I'm dialing in from my phone. Are you not able to hear me?
Hasan, I can't hear you.
Siddharth?
Mm,
Um, Hello? Siddharth?
yes, I'm just doing that.
Are you able to hear me? Hello? 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 Hello?
I'm just trying to do that.
Hello? Are you able to hear
Are
me
you able
now?
to hear me now? Yeah, perfectly fine. Go ahead.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry. I'm
I'm so
sitting
sorry. I'm
at
sitting
Bangalore airport right now. Uh, but I have the video ready. Let me just quickly share my screen to show you that. It's just coming on.
You should excuse my anguish as well because I just needs to see the demo before we show it to this customer tomorrow because I know I'm going to get you on board with the topmost guys tomorrow. So I want to be pretty much convince myself before I show it to them. So that's the idea.
No, absolutely. I completely understand your perspective. Unfortunately, things have not been in my control all of today. So, hence the delay. But I wanted to make sure that I show you the video, work with you, because this is not just from your side. For us also, obviously, this is a pretty good opportunity to get in front of Eaton. So, we also don't want to lose it. So, we're very happy to work with you to make sure that the demo is refined and to the point so that we can focus tomorrow. So, what I have right now is a video just capturing all the different capabilities and the essential aspects of the Red platform. Based on your feedback, we can cut out some parts, not show it tomorrow, maybe come back at a later time, or figure out exactly how we can do that. Does that sound okay?
Sounds good.
Cool. So are you able to see my screen right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Fine. So we're going to start off by importing a 3D file. What I have here right now is a parasolid of a Cummins diesel engine. So we're going to open that up, import with a few settings. These settings we obviously we know because we've done this engine, we've played around with this engine for a little while, and this is how it looks like. Right, so we're just going to move it, set it into place,
I'll
and
just stop you
assign.
here. Is it possible that I think if you're showing the demo, can we show what are the file formats that can be imported by showing it can take in these following file formats. So when you're going into that import module, can you just show
Right.
them the drop down menu? It can take a native Creo file, it can take a Dassault file, it can take a SolidWorks. I mean,
Sure. Just give me 1 second. I'm just going to skip to that area.
yeah.
Uh, so just going to, if you can see here, we have x underscore t. So there is I'll be upfront with you. There is a lot of UI work that has to be done. We're still a little rough around the edges, but you'll be able to see all the different file formats that we support, right? So that's x underscore t, step, STL, solid parts, solid assembly, cat product, PRT, JT, all of the major ones, IGS. Some of these are actually not supported. These are intended for future, but the major ones are supported right now. And what I can do is have We'll not touch on which is supported, which is not supported. The major ones, like I've already told you, are supported. Like the smaller ones, like 3D XML, is actually not supported right now. That's down the roadmap. So maybe what I can do is arrange a separate slide or presentation where we talk about the formats. Do you think that will be better?
Yeah, that would be better. So we could probably have a slide that says what are the supporting file formats that Red Platform does right now. So yeah.
Got it. All right. So I'm just making a note of that right now. Supported slide, file format slide. All right. So let me just skip back to where we were after importing the file. Um, this is how we are. Do you want me to talk about Bob? Because we hide Bob a little later into the video. Do you think it makes sense to touch upon that or not?
Yeah. Okay. Now let me just give you a little more heads up on what they would be looking at, so that you could talk in exact terms of what they are going to look at. So Eaton is going to predominantly look at converting all their CAD files into an AR/VR platform for two purposes. One is training. Second is for on-site maintenance. All their products are there in
Okay.
the field right now. So for them to do a maintenance, they would want their engineers, their expert engineers, to sit at their office and guide their lesser or novice engineers on field through AR. So that is the intent of this primary exercise. So the current problem that they are facing in
Got
hand is converting all the Pro E files into Unity or Unreal. So we can even tell them that you can avoid that step of converting to Unity or Unreal, wherein we will give them the entire solution as a package. Do I make sense?
got it. Yeah, got it.
Yeah. So you can talk about Bob as well, because
So,
it is important that we are going to be a solution provider. We are not just going to give them a platform. I mean, we are not going to make money by just giving them a platform. We are going to be the implementation partners for them.
got it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. So, all right. So what we'll do is start off with the labels module, specifically in the training area. That's a value addition where you want to move away from classroom-based training or computer-based training, and you can come into this immersive environment. So what we'll do is start off by adding a few descriptors to some of the parts. I'll get these changed. I'll get some actual content put in, but this is just for the demo right now. So we'll start labeling some of the components of the disk tech, the air filter, and I'm just going to start moving forward a little bit. So what can happen is the labels are getting assigned to the right place. The descriptions are going to get converted from text to speech, and this is visible across all the different platforms that we support today. So I'm going to move forward a little bit. So this is an oil filter. We've attached the labels. We can create sections. So if you want to section a complete model, you can change the position, you can change the orientation. So in the training scenario where you want to show the internals of assembly, for example, you can do that. Or if you'd like to only do sections of particular sub-assemblies, you can do that as well. So for example, if I want to section only the air filter, so I'm just going to type out air filter and I'll section only that. So as you can see, I can change the angle and position and orientation of that section. We'll move into animation, and this is going to be slightly longer, where what we're going to do is build a complete air filter removal sequence, right? So for example, starting all the way from removing the oil caps on top. So you can type out that text, select the oil caps, and just simply rotate them, and that action gets recorded as a animation. So you can see
Your
I'm
screen is
rotating
frozen.
the oil cap and
Is
manipulating.
it moving, or your screen is frozen?
I'm sorry?
The screen is frozen. I'm at cut the air filter. Has it gone ahead, or it's still at cut the air filter?
Yeah, I'm much ahead. I'm actually in the animation module.
Oh, I'm still at the
Uh,
label.
okay. So chime lags just a bit. Hold on. Let me just reconnect. Are you able to see that now?
Yeah, now the screen is blanked out. So, okay.
Hold on. I just reconnected the.
Yeah, I see something coming up.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, screen is blanked out, so nothing is in. Yeah,
I just
something.
the.
Yeah, yeah. I can. Yeah, the screen is back.
All right. Great. All right. So I'm going to go into the animation module where we're going to create the training for the oil filter replacement, right? So we're going to record what are the steps which have to be carried out. So I'm just going to start by putting in the name of that sequence. So here I'm going to say oil filter replacement.
Hmm.
So think of this as a training module, and now I'm going to add the different steps, right? So for example, if I have the first step, which is to rotate the oil caps, so I select the oil caps and I go into my rotate, and I actually just rotate the oil cap. That's all I need to do to create that rotation animation. I click save, and I can see as I click the play button, the oil caps are getting rotated. Now I'll start adding the next step. So for example, after rotating the oil caps, I have to remove them. So I'm going to put in remove the oil caps, and I'm going to select those two oil caps, and I'm going to move them up, and
Okay.
I click save, and that sequence gets recorded. So if I click on play, you can see that that little animation is now ready.
So
So
now
in this way, I can explain how.
when I'm importing the model, my model is an assembly. Okay, and
Right.
all my assembly is a fully constrained model. So
Right.
if I'm importing a fully constrained model, my 360 degrees freedom is logged. So when I import a fully constrained model, I can still animate them the way I want it, right? As long as the model is a assembly, right?
Correct. So, to put it in a different way, we read the complete hierarchy from the native file exactly how it is. We don't make any change, we don't do anything else. So, whatever you have in your native file is directly going to show up here as well. So, if you want to animate assembly, sub-assemblies, that is all up to you. You can select only that component and do that animation as well.
Ca- Can you show me how is the model hierarchy read in your file? I mean, in the I know there's a movie file. Do you have the red platform where, or can you explain to me how the hierarchy is being read into your red file?
Um, in this particular video, I don't have it, and this is my personal laptop right now, so it won't support me importing any CAD files. Let me, for tomorrow's demo, I'll make sure to have a hierarchy component visible,
Right. Especially
so
if
we
you
can.
have something on a video file or any other file is also fine. In fact, incidentally, you didn't mention that it will also import an IGS or a step file, and it will still have a hierarchy in it, right?
Yeah,
So that's a wonderful thing. If you can import an IGS or a step file and you'll still have the hierarchy in it, that would be of a very good interest. So I mean,
right. So
what you've just imported is a parasolid, which is good. So if you show a step or a IGS, that would be the best.
okay. Um, Again, I'll be honest and upfront with you. We don't have access to a lot of CAD files. The ones that we do have, we have tested extensively, and within that test suite of files that we have, we've not had any problems. There are certain edge cases where we do have some issues, but those have been really edge cases with old versions of CATIA, for example. Some parts are not getting imported, so we have we're aware of those issues. But as far as step files are concerned, we're able to import the hierarchy as well.
So let me just get one point clear. So SolidWorks file is no problem, right?
In our testing so far, we've not had any issues, no.
Right. I mean, I'm just talking about your preliminary test case. You've done some
Yeah.
test case in SolidWorks with Creo
Yeah, so
or
we've done this on our, I think we have around 35 or so files that we've done testing on so far, all CAD files, right? So across different packages, across different versions, across different industries. So whatever we've been able to source either through industry colleagues or from the internet or from any other source available, all our testing has been based on that.
yeah, no, whatever tests you've done, you've had some luck with that. So if there are any issues, together we will fix them. You don't have to worry about those things. That's what I mean by that.
Yeah.
So
No,
for your
yeah.
preliminary
No,
understanding,
I'm just being upfront. Yeah.
we are good to claim to the customer right now that we've done Creo, we've done SolidWorks, we've done CATIA, and they have been imported successfully. And yeah, if there are any known issues, I mean, I don't want to start from scratch saying that, okay, we haven't done anything on Creo and they're not working. So that's what I just wanted to get clear, nothing more.
No, no, absolutely. I understand. And what I'm saying right now is personally between you and I right now, so that we don't have any incorrect expectations, as in all kinds of CATIA files, for example, across versions, across different packages, everything is going to work seamlessly without any issues. I'm not making any claims like that. Within the test suite that we have, which is pretty extensive, in my opinion, we've had pretty good results, and we know where our issues are also. So. We're very happy to work with you and eventually the customer that we work with to resolve any issues which may, if they come up.
No, and that's where I'm telling you, Hasan, that most of the tools that we built are agnostic of CAD systems. So we have those
Right.
inbuilt DLL files that can have the ability to read files agnostic of their architecture. So which is what can be used
Right.
onto your system as well. So it is not a non-starter for us to discuss, is what I'm saying. It's not a big problem to worry about.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. So I'll just move on in the animation module. So we're adding in all the different steps. So for example, now remove the dipstick. So you select the dipstick, just click on it, and then move it in the direction you want it to come out, right? So, and you click save, and that animation is recorded. So in this way, I'm just going to go a little forward. We're going to use different instructions to remove different components. We'll finally end up with around 10 to 12, I believe. So I'm just going forward, 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 forward. So right now I have the complete disassembly procedure. So as you can see, this is pretty comprehensive, including the oil feed line, the assembly, and yeah, finally. Right. So this is where we've ended up with. What we'll do is we'll just individually play the different steps to make sure that they're correct. And then what we'll do is we'll replay the complete sequence, right? So I'm not sure if you're able to hear the audio, but all the steps that we've put in, those are going to get called out in audio and they're going to get played out like this. And this is exactly how you're going to see the complete output in VR as well.
Okay. So called out in
I
audio
that
sense, there is a audio for each and every animation step as well.
Exactly. So whatever text was entered, that was automatically converted text to speech. So you can hear
Okay,
that as well.
okay, perfect. Make sure you point this out as well.
Sure. Um, I'll move into the next module that we have, which is grab. So when you're in a VR environment, for example, and you just want to freeform grab some objects, pull them apart, you select and you click on add selected objects to list, and that's all you need to do, and it's ready. Viewpoint, actually, this was built for larger objects, right? So, for example, if I have a plane and I need to see the, from the ground level and then from the deck and from the passenger cabin, so what I can do is create these points where I can jump from one place to the other. So as you can see, I'm just setting up the viewpoint here to show the front of the engine. Uh, when I go into the VR and I select this viewpoint, I will directly be able to see, excuse me, that
Yeah,
particular view.
like
Do you think
telecom.
this is going to be of exactly? It's a teleport, predefined teleport. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so Eaton is into
So
multiple products. So one of them is the large. These are the generator engines. So each of those generator engine is like three-story building. So they also make those. So
okay. So then it would be worthwhile to talk about the
yes, yes.
viewpoint functionality as well. All right, great. And then finally, we're going to create an exploded view. Now, the way that we've implemented exploded view is that the user can select only the pertinent uh, parts and make sure they explode in the right way, right? So maybe you don't want a particular sub-assembly to be exploded and seen. Maybe you would want at a granular level, maybe, right? So you have that control exactly how you want. So what is happening right now is I'm defining the final positions of the exploded view. So where each part is going to end up. So I'm not interested in exploding or removing some of the internal components. I just want to remove the outer assembly. So I'm just going to do that and click on save. That's all I need to do. So I'm just going to move a little forward. Right. So I've done that and I click save. And as I move the exploded slider, you can see the view happening here.
Okay.
And that's it. So now I'm going to find a red viewer and I'm going to publish into that. I can create, this is what I was talking about, our proprietary R3D format. I save the R3D format here. Let's call it diesel engine, and that's it. And now we'll move into the viewer. Unfortunately, the viewer video is not yet ready and available with me right now. The team is still recording it. As soon as that happens, I'll be able to share that also with you. But from the editor perspective, this is what we'll be able to showcase tomorrow.
So how will I? We will not be able to show the viewer to them tomorrow.
No, no, of course, we'll be able to show them tomorrow. I unfortunately don't have it with me right now.
Oh, okay.
The team is recording it as we speak. So as soon as I get that recording from them, I'll be able to share that with you. That has from two perspectives. Basically, it's going to be from the VR environment how it looks like, and on the bottom left we have a small inset of the real world person and how they are interacting. So you'll be able to see in context how everything is being set up,
Okay. Is there a AR
and
example?
that is going to be this exact. Sorry, please go ahead.
Is there a AR example that you can show?
AR, say for
Even
this
a
same diesel
smaller
engine.
one, as simple as somebody replacing a valve or
I would have loved to, and the unfortunate ground truth is that we don't have a AR device with us right now. So, if you remember the whole resource constraint that we talked about, we have been working on customer devices, and unfortunately, they've asked for one back, the one that we did have. So we are constrained and we are
what is
unable to show
the
because
device that
only
you
that.
need? I can provide you with a device if it can work tomorrow.
Would you happen to have an iPad from
I have an iPad mini,
last year
iPad
or
mini.
this year?
Yeah, I have an iPad mini.
Oh, perfect. Then you know what we could do? We could directly just showcase this on the iPad as well.
Yeah, I have an iPad mini and I can. I mean, see, the reason why I'm asking about an ER is so the other product line which my close friend heads in Eaton, uh, actually he is not there in the conference call tomorrow, but his boss is Vishwanath. Uh, they have a product line called Eaton Valves. So they have small valves to
Okay.
the large valve that gets into the wind, I mean hydro turbine projects and all. So they have
Okay.
a crazy budgets for immediate implementation. So, and that is all AR.
Okay.
So if I show a
Okay.
small case study, he will directly. Vishwanath is the guy who immediately replied to my mail when I wrote to him. So
Okay.
anything in AR, we will. I mean, this itself is good enough, great enough. I don't have any doubt about it. But I'm just getting a little greedy. Anything in AR we can, because I think we've got some good time with these guys because he's also lined up the board members of Eaton, which I didn't expect, but
Right.
I thought we will not let go of this chance.
Absolutely. So this is what I'll do. I'll get the if you're okay with it, I'll get the iPad picked up tomorrow morning from you, uh,
Sure.
and we can make sure that we have the demo ready uh, for them on the iPad as well.
Done. So I can get it delivered to you wherever I have resources. If you want to, I can help you with that as well. No problem.
That's not a concern. Anyways, I have a courier person who's actually traveling around. In fact, tomorrow, what I'm also trying to do in the morning is procure a HoloLens. One of our very close associates has a HoloLens. I'm trying to get it from them, at least for a few hours, so
I
that
can
we'll
ask,
be able to demonstrate.
I can ask Vignesh and Ravi to give me a HoloLens. I mean, if you
I've
want those,
spoken with them.
yeah. Sorry.
Jignesh doesn't have it, but one of my cousin brothers, basically he has one, so I'll be taking it from him.
Okay.
uh, for the tomorrow. But he has a project that he's working on, so I'm not really sure what's going to happen. Let me see if we're able to get it from him.
Okay, that is taken care of, sir.
But that is the courier. I'll make sure. What time do you want me to send him to your office to pick up?
I mean, I'll be there at the office by 10, so if that is okay, or you want me to
Okay.
be early, I can get it early.
No, that's all right. He's anyways coming to your area to pick up the HoloLens. He can come by to pick up your iPad as well.
Done. Perfect, yeah. You're back to Hyderabad tomorrow, right?
I'm back tomorrow night. In fact, for the call, I will be at the airport. I'll be in the lounge in the secluded area, so there won't be any disturbance. But I'll be at the airport itself for the call.
Okay. They will. Yeah, I'm sure there will not be any hitch. You'll be on time for tomorrow, right? Don't mind me asking.
No, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, no, no. I understand 100% why you would ask that question, and I have absolutely no problem in you asking that question. It's completely justified. Today was completely not under my control. We were meeting UTC basically. So
Okay.
the Vice President of Innovation was visiting India, and
Yeah,
she was
I'm
on the way to
aware
the
of that.
airport. So I said, you know what, let me tag along. So I just sat with her in the car and had a pretty long conversation. That's why I ended up at the airport right now. So that's where I'm doing this from. But after this, tomorrow it's pretty much under my control. I don't have an issue.
So what did she say? They set up the OTC Otis Innovation Center in Hyderabad, right?
Yeah, yeah. So the center head, he was also available, and her name is Mary. She was also available. Had a long chat with them. Some of the so they're definitely interested. They see the value in a tool which can help them create the content very quickly. So uh, for creating VR training modules today, they have a complete VR development team. They have a lab, in fact, and that lab is not able to churn out content fast enough. So a tool like ours makes perfect sense for them, where a trainer themselves can use it without relying on a coder.
Mm-hmm. Good, good. I think she's
So
got a very
basically, we'll
good.
be.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, please go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. So uh, anyway, so you're back to Hyderabad tomorrow night, is it?
Yes, exactly.
And is Vaishali joining us in the call tomorrow?
Yeah, she'll be joining us on the call from home.
Okay. Fine. I think maybe after tomorrow's call, we will sit on our discussions on how do we engage between ourselves and then see how to take it forward. So in fact, I was with Jignesh and Muthu in the evening. In fact, I think I
Oh, is
believe
it?
you guys know, discussed about our association as well. So
Okay. Sure.
I think, yeah, let's see how it works, and I think let's take this forward.
Sure. Sounds good.
Anything else?
No, I think from our side, we're pretty set. If you think there's anything, like I've already taken a couple of notes about for the call tomorrow, especially making sure the supported file formats and the hierarchy component are visible. We show that as well. So yeah, I think from our side we're ready. If you have anything, please do let me know over email or something.
Yeah. So few pointers from my side for the call tomorrow is I'll introduce you as my partner company, and
Okay.
hopefully they should not be asking much on to the specifics of what is a partner company. But if at all they ask, I would say we just floated a joint venture together. So I think they may not go more detail when I use the word joint venture. Partner company might be a vague statement for them, so I might just use the word joint venture if
Sure.
they ask for specs.
Sure. I think that sounds okay.
So that's what it is, and then probably we'll just discuss the technology and then go forward on it. Okay,
Sure. Sure. Sounds good.
good. Thanks, Hasan. So
All right. Sorry for making you wait and for the delay. I hope we have a good call tomorrow.
no, I mean, I think it's all for good. So both of us are going to tough times, and I understand you, and I think hopefully you also understand that my anguish is more towards making this work. So I think better we
Yeah.
get
No,
these
no.
things.
That's why I thought, no matter how late, I will make sure that I get the demo across to you, and then, at least allay some of your fears.
Yeah, now I can sleep peacefully. Good.
All right. Sounds good.
Chalo. You have a good night.
So then we'll pick one. You too.
Right.
Take care.